So I get it. So yeah.
You get
All right,
what?
So it's like Sonic the Jeff Hog and Robotnik.
Got
Oh.
Dr. Robotnik. Yeah, see?
I've I was on this. I've had this really hot streak going lately of bitterly hating myself, and I just achieved a whole new level of that with that joke. God damn.
You know what? I'm glad that my Photoshop skills could help you along with that. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the YouTube Saints. We got Animancer and the Pimpmunk with us tonight.
Hell yeah. What's up?
Have a chill ass buddy time. Fucking Friday evening. Oh my god.
Male bonding.
Yep,
Male
we're gonna
bond.
trade. We're gonna trade recipes and discuss the latest, the Jeffree Star eyeliner. It's a good manly bonding experience.
Push the tips together. Look,
How
okay.
to manscape properly.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
I actually do need help with that.
Just shave it all off, bro.
Well, I know, but like if you shave the whole groin off, then you got these hairy ass legs and this hairy ass belly, but this bald ass beak.
You gotta go all the way. You gotta go all the way, Jeff.
Go Brazilian, man.
The whole
Yeah.
like from toe to fucking to
Hell
Make sure you
yeah.
get that tank,
Yeah,
too. Make
man.
sure you get that tank meat.
Yeah. I just want to see them come up with like a new speed waxing system where it's like rather than somebody like laying it on you and then ripping it off, they just basically
Yeah.
they dip you into a vat of the shit, pull it out, and then just like this chain at the bottom just rips it all off you all at once.
Yeah, I
sign all
wanna.
these waivers and shit.
That's hot.
I want to have a machine take off like all my excess body hair, like an Iron Man suit. Dude.
You don't have any body hair.
I want to just peel it off, dude.
That would turn out like you got body hair. Boy.
A little bit.
We're off to a hell of a start, aren't we?
Yep. Hell yeah.
So I just actually thought though at the top of the show, because we haven't done it here at least, I think we should all give some pinkies up and congratulations to Pimpmunk here for not only some notable weight loss, but also successfully quitting smoking on his first try.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell
Mhm.
yeah.
Almost 3 weeks, he says, of not having any cigarettes,
Well,
and I'm making up for it. Don't worry.
I think I'm
One step at a time.
at like 5 weeks, and like it was going pretty good. And somebody told me that this is kind of common because it happened to me just a few days ago. Like about at like a month or so, it hits you again. But it only lasts a few days, but it hits you hard, and it's like, oh, I thought we were done. You just keep distracted, and then it goes away again. So
Oh.
I'm just because
I'm not looking forward to that.
yeah.
Newt said that machine would rip your skin off your body, but here's the thing: you can't grow hair if you ain't got no skin.
Right. That's right. There you
Oh
go.
yeah. Yep. We
Good
gotta
point.
Skeletons.
Mhm.
I'd rather have hairy skin than that.
Just gonna have to like. Oh no, you'd still have like your muscle and your tendons and like and your voice, which would be constantly shrieking in pain. And you'd look like a character from Attack on Titan, kind of.
At least you have your rights, right?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of shredding and skin, I have this problem with salami. I don't really quite understand. No. Don't get me wrong. No. I love salami. I love salami. I buy constantly Oscar Mayer Wiener salami, like the blister pack shit. Like I love that. It's good.
Yeah.
But I was looking at it in the store, and it was like you can buy the salami for $3.20, or you could buy the beef salami for $5. But that's what doesn't make any sense to me. The regular salami has 2 more animals that you get, but and you pay less, but you gotta pay more to get less animal. That doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Beef's better though.
But
That's that's a matter of opinion, don't you think? It's a rather
No,
subjective.
it's objectively my opinion, and it's better.
but it's less animals.
It's just science. Well, no, it's fewer animals, but you get more of a single.
It's more diverse, correct?
Yeah, see?
Listen,
See,
I'm a man on the go, and there are only so many animals that I need to consume in a day. And so if I can do it all at once, that's just economical. It's efficient.
I know
Yeah.
for my part, I like to take like, pork chops and raw chicken breasts and just make a fucking smoothie out of them. Just that get up and go juice. It's like that and a few rails of cocaine, and I'm good to go.
Yes.
I see what
Gotta
you're
have
saying
the
though,
club
Jeff, because
thing.
it has all the major food groups in it. You know, you got pork, you got beef,
I can't eat pork.
everything you need.
I got high blood pressure. I can't eat fucking pork.
Oh yeah, you can't eat that shit. Fuck.
What about
Sorry, I had
that like new pork? They got new pork now, don't they?
New pork.
Yeah.
Is it like long pork?
No, I'm just assuming that they have made new pork by now. They made new everything else. They gotta have new pork. They don't have new pork yet?
Nope. Same.
Fuck.
It's same exact pork we've had since the 85. The great 85 swine culling. We're still working through that.
Okay.
It's funny how the age it adds a lot of aroma to the meat. You see.
It stank.
It's like, what is this? It's like, is it a bag of assholes? No. The bag of assholes is on the other side of the room. This is your dinner.
Have you guys heard about the Impossible Whopper coming out at Burger King?
What is
Oh
it?
yeah, I've heard about that.
What makes it impossible?
It's not real meat. It's like a vegan
Just
burger.
like the real Whopper.
Oh. Okay, that was pretty good. But wait, so they're gonna do like they're doing a meat substitute Whopper.
Yeah, Whoppers are fucking good though.
They are fucking good, yeah.
Well, I just couldn't help it. I'm just thinking to myself, it's like, oh, great. Now vegans get to make a whole new set of bad decisions.
True. Dude, yeah, no, I'll try it. That sounds great. I'm into that kind of like meat replacement shit. As long as it tastes the same, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I
Black-
think vegans should be able to damage their fucking bodies as much as everyone else. That's equality.
Yeah.
No, well, I mean, black bean burgers are pretty dope, but
Yeah.
One
They
of
are
those-
actually good.
yeah, well, you got to see the biggest problem I find with those things, and I think it's probably going to be the case with this Impossible Whopper, which I'm going to have to try in a suit and tie, just to just to horn in on Review Bros shit. I'll get like copy struck for stealing his style, and I'll be like, "Have you seen my show? All I do is steal material." But I think one of the problems is like it's like when you sit down and have a black bean burger, right? Like you look at it, if it looks like a burger, you're like, "Sweet," and then you bite in, and you're like, "Wait, this doesn't taste anything like a burger. It's fucked up. I don't like it." It's just a thing. It's like, you ever notice like you eat something that's like absolutely delicious, but if in your mind you expected something else, at first you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I find it interesting how there's such an emphasis on making vegan foods that resemble meat instead of just making good vegan foods that taste good. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Well, one is one of those is possible. It's actually possible, and then the other one is making good.
Oh man, damn.
That's impossible.
But I mean, pretty soon all of our livestock's gonna die off anyway. So I guess
Sweet.
we need to get ready to start eating that lab-made meat. I don't know if you remember when that shit came out. They're like lab-grown meat, and this Russian scientist like, well, it's meat. Why? Because it's shit.
Meat.
I'm encouraged. It's like, yes, I cannot wait to see what like new culinary revolutions come out of Vladivostok.
Well,
Yeah.
Smeat sounds like a fucking Tim and Eric product, like from Cinco products and shit. Like, what do you get when you take a bat and an owl? Bowel! It's your new favorite pet.
It's just like introducing the new Cinco burger.
Cinco.
It's kind of chewy.
High in fiber.
I stand by it though when it comes to Tim and Eric, because they got discovered by Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah.
And Quinn, turn that down, please. Yeah, but yeah, and like you could always kind of tell, like, because the Cinco bits, I'm pretty sure were all him.
They were all voiced by him at least, and he probably wrote them too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking because they just reeked of Mr. Show in such a wonderful way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, although
That
that's
was an awesome show.
it was, but it's the weirdest thing. I tried to revisit it, and it just didn't. It didn't hit me the same. It was strange. It didn't. I don't know if it's not as lasting, perhaps.
That's the way I felt about Kids in the Hall.
Yeah, another one.
Yeah.
And or the State. Yeah, the State. That's
Yeah.
the funniest shit I ever watched when I first watched, and then like catch clips on YouTube. I'm like, I found this funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't translate that good into like modern day. There is one though that does still. There's
Mhm.
one in living color.
Oh yes, absolutely.
That shit's
Well,
so
actually-
funny.
My
Fire
fucking,
Marshal Bill, I fucking love it.
Oh my
my
god.
ten-
Jamie Foxx's Wanda.
oh,
Yeah.
Quinn's 10 and she's got the box set, like DVD box set. She's always just dropping in living color references, and I'm just like, the fuck is going on here?
Excellent.
Like, she hasn't even seen Monty Python yet. What the hell?
I was a huge fan of Mad TV too. So.
Oh yeah.
What was the character? Yeah, what was the character? Look what I can do. I can't, man.
Oh, Stuart. It was
Yeah.
Stuart, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, that was so fucking.
Wow, it's like you guys are speaking another language right now.
It's because
Honestly.
you're 10.
Yeah, I guess basically.
Well, what sketch comedy like TV shows aside from like Saturday Night Live have you did you watch?
There really weren't any around when I was fucking growing up, except
That's
for the
all.
fucking ones they had on Nickelodeon, but those don't count.
Hey, that one show on Nickelodeon was bad.
Well, all that? Yeah, it was pretty
All
good.
that
for
was
what-
awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Well, that's where we got Keenan and Kel from, right?
Yeah. Who likes orange soda? I like orange soda.
That's a weird. Well, here's a weird thing though. I mean, right now, so we've still got SNL, and that seems to be like hit or miss with a lot of folk. But are there any actual new sketch comedy shows out there now?
I don't think so.
That's like
so.
It's a fucking lost art. I don't get it.
Well, I think that there's like a bunch of them on YouTube, but they don't necessarily have very good staying power, and I think there's a reason for that. The reason Saturday Night Live still exists is because it has like a legacy to it. Yeah, so that even when it sucks and it doesn't get good ratings, they keep it on anyway, because nobody wants to be the guy that finally cancels it. But but the truth is, most of those sketch comedy shows, they're really not that funny after the third or fourth season. They get really boring and really old. And so I think that kind of happens with like the sketch comedy YouTubers too.
Well,
They produce too fast and run out of material.
This shit's not fucking easy. I mean, like trying to come up with a promo, like, you know, a 30-second or 1 minute promo for these shows is like, that can get tricky, as evidenced by that fucking awful clip I did today. But
Yeah.
well, you look back, like I remember SNL. I remember like when Will Ferrell and the rest of them, like when they were, you know, first on the show when they first came on, and the skits were just too fucking long, repetitive, and they were like, they all need. It seemed like they really needed to like gel and then get rid of Jimmy Fallon for it to really take off. Because all I can remember is Will Ferrell yelling, "Get off of the shed!" for 5.5 minutes, and that's a sketch. Like, huh? I don't know if this is working, guys. And now, of course, he's like comedy royalty.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I miss Farley, man.
You miss Farley? I miss Farley too. Farley, not only was Farley like a legend in comedy, he was amazing. He was perfect in what he did. But also, the picture of Farley dead was actually the very first time I ever saw a dead body on the internet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn, man, that sucks.
That was a bad one, yeah. That was a really bad one.
Right? Fuck.
Yeah, y'all remember like you've probably seen like his famous entrance on the Letterman that one time when he was a guest, and he's just going fucking bananas, like running up and down the aisles, hugging every other person. Gets up there, does a cartwheel, jumps around a bunch and sits down, and they're like, "Wow, that was amazing!" Like, yeah, is it normal to have shooting pains in your left arm and chest? Yeah, we laughed then, and now you like look back and like, you know, that might have not been a joke. All that cocaine.
There's a lot of cocaine.
I've recommended this before. If you guys get a chance, given that like your Netflix probably work, if you get a chance, watch the film A Stupid and Futile Gesture.
Awesome.
Yeah, where what's his name? Will Forte. He plays like one of the co-creators of National Lampoon. And then when they get to that part where you find out, wow, SNL literally just poached all of Lampoon's talent, and that's how they started. Like that. Yep. Wow. Fuck
really?
You, Lorne Michaels. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, like all of them, like Bill Murray, Chevy Chase, Gilda Radner, like the original cast members before they had SNL at all. They were doing radio skits as part of a National Lampoon's radio like hour. It was just radio comedy. And
holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
And they were all writers on the magazine. Like the most famous covers probably like buy this magazine or we'll shoot this dog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, and it's just funny when you like this. I mean, granted, the film's like a dramatization, and they probably changed and fucked with a whole lot of things. But it was just such a trip to know, like, okay, so that's how that all happened. Like, that's where these weirdos came from, and they were as fucked up and bizarre as you could possibly imagine, probably worse. Like, according to the movie, at least, Chevy Chase's whole bit about constantly like falling down and knocking shit over that he always used to do, that was just what he'd do. If there was like a tense moment or something was uncomfortable, he'd just like knock a bunch of shit off the table accidentally.
I've also heard that Chevy Chase is like the biggest prick on the fucking planet, though.
I've heard he's difficult to work with, but I mean, if you spent like 25 years with like, a solid rail of cocaine,
I want to know who's worse, Chevy Chase or Edward Norton, because Edward Norton is notoriously vile to work with.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a reason why he didn't stay Bruce Banner, the Hulk.
Yep,
why he didn't.
Exactly.
Yeah. They were like, no, we are not fucking working with him again. Absolutely not. And they did not bring him back for Avengers.
he's
And he's such a good
Mark
actor.
Ruffalo's better anyway.
Well,
I
that's
met Mark.
yeah.
He's cool.
Well, he takes his art so seriously that like apparently there's never been a film that he's been on that he did not insist on rewriting himself.
Oh Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would piss me off. Holy fuck.
Yeah, that's why you notice you don't see him. He's not doing a lot these days.
Mm-mm.
But when he does, he is a great actor, though. I'll give him that.
He is, yeah. Real quick, Anime Moon says, well, guys, I found the best present for the religious fundamentalists in your life. Have fun, motherfuckers. I swear to God, Anime Moon, we're going to try this one, but all right. Lately, Anime Moon keeps trying to send us these videos, and some land, some do. We'll see.
Hey there, bucko. Want a plushie that's not only cute, but makes you question your sexuality?
Oh.
What? Well, I got the toy for you.
Oh, no.
Introducing the Astolfo plushie, the only plushie that tells you if you're gay or not. Using the latest developments in mechanical engineering and material science, the plushie will suck your Johnson and say you're gay. You're totally fucking gay.
Does it ever tell you if you're straight after it sucks it?
Why would it? It's sucking your dick.
For years, whenever I post
Okay, that's
something
pretty
on the internet, people called me gay.
I
Now
love
know
this.
I am gay.
10 out of 10 would end the 10-year
You know,
marriage
Jeff,
over
I'm
again.
actually impressed. I
Listen
thought
to me,
my
Jeff.
podcast was degenerate.
Well, your
And we're
podcast
only
is
just getting
pretty.
started.
Your podcast is pretty degenerate, but yeah, no,
It is.
this is much better, Anime Moon. Thank you.
Up your game this week, man.
You did.
Funny. The
Hell
Astolfo
yeah.
plushie is real, and it tried to suck my dick.
The Astolfo plushie, selling now for only $50. Get yours now. Brought to you by Mattel.
I want one.
Yep, we're selling this shit now.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
It's just so
Dude,
painfully
Pimpmunk
anime.
wants one.
I do. If he can find my dick.
Man.
It's like someone's got a shit. Might as well be some weeaboo trash shit.
I can
I
actually
have
see it
been-
now.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
You no longer need to use the extension grabber to get around there.
No, it was
Do a
a
little
good.
shake, shake.
It was a good day and a bad day because I was happy I could see it, but then when I seen it, I was like, "Fuck, it's so little."
I remembered it being bigger. Wait, no, that was Hope. Never mind.
That was my dad's. What?
Everything looks bigger when you were younger. We know that.
Yes.
Yeah. Shit. Oh, so recently there have been some YouTubers that we know, some we've met, some we're friends with, who have got sponsorship deals with Fleshlight.
Oh yeah.
And-
Fuck, who are these people?
Some black guy, Derek.
I heard Daniel wants one too.
Fuck Webzion.
I'm pissed. I want a
We
fucking sponsorship with Fleshlight.
I'd take sponsorship with Fleshlight, but we still gotta convince Squatty Potty.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know. As much as I love my Fleshlight, like my Squatty Potty is like that's top shelf beast right there.
Quit. Turn that shit down.
But yeah,
Jamming
man.
out in there.
I don't know. I'm absolutely astonished by that. I didn't think there would actually be a day when somebody got a legit sponsorship deal from a sex toy company. Although Ben had that Adam and Eve thing, didn't he?
Yes.
Oh yeah, quite a few times.
Yeah, I'm going to stop. Wait for them.
I have to tell you something.
All right, come around here and tell you, and then piss back off to your room.
Dad's secretly Papa John.
What?
Yeah, that's her brilliant. I mean, we were just talking about how hard it is to write good comedy, weren't we?
That was pretty funny though. That was
Get the hell out of
great.
here. Get the hell out of here.
Hey, can she write the ticker lines next week?
Yeah, well, I mean, someone's got to. So there we go.
Nick, I'm concerned. Papa John was a terrible guy. He got fired from his own company, dude.
I'm glad she doesn't know that, because then it would make it even more funny to her.
Yeah.
Be like, my dad's gonna say a bunch of racist shit on his show. Thank you, Quinn. I didn't know you'd already gotten a job at the Wall Street Journal. So shall we get into this? Shall we get into this bullshit that we call the news?
Real quick, Dragon of the West says, so proud of Pimpmunk and Jeff for quitting cigars. I just got my tax return, and after buying a smoker to make excellent barbecue this summer, I thought I should throw a little bit of money your way. Don't give up, you too. Thank you very much, buddy. Dragon of the West is a sweetie pie. He's a great kid.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's get into the news.
So we were talking actually about YouTubers that we know or know of, and fuck you with your autoplay shit. Yeah. So Austin Jones to be sentenced in Chicago in child porn case. Oh boy.
So he hasn't yet been sentenced?
Well, I mean, according to this article, it said Friday. So if that doesn't mean today, which I'll even just punch up and see if it was today or not. But then that could mean next Friday. But yeah, they're seeking. Oh yeah, he got 10 years today. They just updated.
Ooh, 10 years. Holy shit.
Yeah, 10 years in prison, and he's going to big boy Chicago prison, where they've got particular attitudes towards people who exploit children. So, and he's so pretty too. I bet he's got silky soft hands that are gonna wrap perfectly around some big motherfucker's pocket.
He gonna jerk off a big dude.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So yeah, former YouTube singer Austin Jones, who had a large teen following, was sentenced today, 10 years. What?
That dude's gonna have more black dick inside him than Madonna.
Yeah, all right, here we go. Yeah, he's sentenced to 10 years for coercing 6 girls to send him sexually explicit videos. Prosecutors sought an 11-year sentence. The defense wanted the minimum available 5 years. So we got 10. Yep, they said Jones preyed on their youth, their vulnerabilities, and most glaringly, their adoration for him, and he did it over and over again. He coached the girls on what to wear, what to say, how to dance, and what to do in the videos. A defense filing asked for leniency, saying Jones' life was marred with abuse, pain, loss, and death. Oh, get the fuck over it. Everyone's is. It said he suffered sexual abuse as a child. Jones of Bloomingdale, Illinois, was arrested in 2017. He pleaded guilty to child porn. Prosecutors said the 26-year-old admitted to reaching out to 30 other girls online before his arrest in 2017. He's just, it's just, he's so cute. And, give him a few scars and they can put that, Crayola prison makeup on him. Mm-hmm. They're like, yo, you want a YouTube shit, huh? Yeah?
Oh my God.
I love that.
Kid is so fucked. He is fucked.
Yeah, he's gonna have to cut his pants into a mini skirt and put Kool-Aid on his lips for sure.
They will pass him around like an ashtray.
God damn.
This it's so fucking weird though. It's not just the dark side of YouTube and stuff, but it's also if you give literally anyone the opportunity to get famous, you're gonna keep getting lots and lots and lots of this shit. And I mean, how many YouTubers have like, especially those like teeny vlogger types, have been found to be absolute fucking creepers and sex pests like this? I'm trying to remember. I think there was another one like a couple of years ago, wasn't there? At least.
Yeah, there's been quite a few. I don't think any of them have been as high profile as Austin though, because Austin was like a huge YouTuber. I remember the one that I always remember being the most sketchballs was Hannibal the Victor.
Yes.
Yeah, that motherfucker back in the day used to hang out with all the hardcore lefty types, and he I think he was like trying to crawl up in JJ Talk's guts. Yeah.
Well,
You remember that shit, Pimp?
Yeah, I remember. JJ's a really good friend of mine. I've talked to her about it before. Yeah, he was a fucking creep, dude.
Yeah.
Serious creep.
That's
Like Animancer.
Yeah. It's like he's halfway between Animancer and Inicium.
Yeah. He's a
Damn,
he's an Inciancer.
I'm part of that scale. God damn it, this is not good.
I don't
damn it.
I don't think you're even close to that fucking scale, man. Holy shit.
All right.
You're not man enough yet.
But there is, I mean, like, that's the kind of shit, though. That's the kind of shit you gotta be really careful about, especially on YouTube, because, like, that, the pedo thing is, like, the ultimate fucking condemnation, you know? And, like, people start paying attention. Cops will fucking investigate that sort of shit. So, like...
But if someone's already doing this type of fucking bullshit, they're not gonna think about or care about that type of fucking shit. They're already fucked up in the head anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So...
and this dude had, like, so much contact with him, because, I mean, he's so famous, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it easier. It makes it way easier.
What's it? You know, it's the thing too, though. It's like, you know, we could almost like compare it to like Harvey Weinstein or any of the Hollywood like creepers, just because it seems like. Well, I mean, we've all seen it. You know, when somebody blows up, right? They get big, famous, rich, all this shit, and it changes them like through and through. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times it ends up being that, you know, they just get to such a great height that they think they're like entitled to anything they want, and that they can get away with anything they want to do. And then it all like falls apart, and you end up Me Too'd. You end up Me Too'd and three'd and a few more times in the shower rooms with you know, some burly felon.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Not that Harvey Weinstein ever would, but
I'm kind of retarded.
actually, is Weinstein in prison?
I don't know if Weinstein actually ended up going to prison. Did he? I'm gonna go look that up. That's interesting.
They may still be trying.
Weinstein court case. What is the latest in the Weinstein court case? Closed door hearings. Okay, so no, he's still in court right now. Yeah, and they're not making it public, and that was like 2 days ago. So,
how much you want to bet he's not going to serve a day?
Oh, dude, I ain't betting on that. Fuck no. Of course he's not going to serve a fucking day. That motherfucker is so goddamn rich. He could pay for like 6 generations of each victim to be enormously fucking wealthy. The dude is fine.
Well, I mean, we've got that guy that was that bus driver in Jersey, 0 time. And then I saw there was another case too.
Fucked up.
That was so fucked up. Oh my god.
Yeah, and they let out another guy who was raping like underage girls because they gave him time served for the time that he was awaiting trial. And it's like, how does this shit happen? Like, how is it like, you know, how is it we still lock people up for weed and shit, and people like left and right get locked up all the damn time? And then you got these like genuine sexual predators who are getting busted, found guilty, confessing, and then it's like, okay, well, don't do it again, okay? You scamp. Fuck off.
Jesus Christ. I will say, I like Philip DeFranco's response to it. Not necessarily like the way he handled the news article, but like he then took out a website in that kid's name, whatever it is, like blah blah blah.com. And it's like all the details of his fucking court case and how he admitted to raping a little girl. Like, that's a good way to deal with it. I like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's, Christ. I mean, am I wrong for thinking, like, it really does seem like everything is getting worse and worse?
I think it's because we just got more exposure to it now.
Yeah, Pimpmonk's right. There's just more media attention on it because it's what sells these types of thumbnails and like clickbait articles. That's what really. It's not really clickbait, but headlines that grab people's attention. That's what really gets clicks these days, and it's just going to get worse and worse as political opinions get more and more divisive.
It gives us something to talk about. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, no,
That's why I love you, Pimp Monk. You always see the bright side of anything.
Yeah.
Sucks that them kids got raped, but at least we can fill airtime.
yeah,
I can make a joke or two about the little child getting butt humped.
I think though, like you guys are spot on though, because there's been that trope for a long ass time of like, why is it everything you see in the news is always bad news, and anytime you see something good you're like, the fuck is this shit? Can we just get to the real news? What the fuck? I think we're addicted to bad news. We're addicted to like
Hasn't data
We are.
Hasn't data actually also shown that like overall like predation it's been declining for decades now? I remember that coming up back in the war, the old YouTube feminism wars, and yeah, you'd go and take a look at like any crime statistics, and you'd be like, wow, that's like a several decades long decline in sexual violence and predation and all of this other horrid shit.
I think so. I haven't checked in a while. I mean,
we can't let a little thing like facts get in the way, though.
I haven't tried to like wrecked some SJWs in a couple of years, so I might be a little rusty on my statistics.
Yeah. It's like, well, I mean, the other thing is too, stats don't matter. Your your title, your thumbnail matters. That's what matters.
I just don't have the energy to debate the same topics over and over again. I want to have like different conversations, and I want to like, if I'm going to debunk something or rebuke someone, I want to, take on something that's fresh, and I want to continue to challenge myself and always have to look at things from a different perspective and try to actually challenge my own beliefs and actually teach myself something. I don't know. Just a thought.
No, I agree with you.
Nothing wrong with that, buddy.
I mean, the only thing I want to talk about over and over again is Star Trek. Other than that, everything else gets really
that's something that people talk about because they enjoy it, at least.
Vagina.
Right up until Discovery.
Yeah.
Vagina Discovery? You just now discovered vagina?
Oh, no, but it's the shit you discover inside of them.
Oh,
like, car keys, class rings. That shit's crazy, man.
How many Deadpool action figures are inside here, and why do you own 5 of the same one?
Wait, was it you yesterday? It's like, I put 3 Deadpool figures inside my body. A prize goes to those who can guess which character.
Yeah, that was me, yeah.
That's funny.
I don't know. I've had this thing about people putting action figures inside their bodies for a while now. Nobody's ever done it, though, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, I've done it.
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh, is this the time like these eager confessions are going to start pouring out of you guys?
Yeah, when I was a kid, He-Man went up there.
See, I can't say I wasn't ever tempted to try and put my Cheetara up my asshole, but I never did. But I was tempted.
I didn't.
Oh, you should have, man. You missed out.
Yeah, good job. You missed out.
You did.
A buddy of mine one time put a whole bottle of tequila back, and I thought the funniest thing he could do would be to envelop a Darth Vader action figure in his foreskin. And actually,
did he get?
Jeff, no, the whole thing. You got the whole thing in there. Like they wrapped it up like it looked like it was like stuffed into like trash bag, flesh colored trash bag. It was pretty disturbing. And the funny thing is, actually, Jeff, you know who it is.
Oh no. Oh no.
Dude, he should have done Boba Fett, dude. It would have been like the fucking Sarlacc pit.
I don't give a. I'm sorry. I was a little like I was just because no one was expecting that we'd see that after he goes in his kitchen, finishes his tequila, and then comes back out with this, Mad TV style, look what I can do kind of attitude about it. I've had it a little difficult now. In retrospect, if I knew then what I know now, yeah, I probably would have recommended Boba Fett. That would have been a little more impressive. But
I would have been scared and ran.
I probably should have.
I mean, I don't know. That sounds fucking amazing to me. That sounds fucking
You're
great.
so fucking creepy, Jeff.
Dude,
No,
that's
dude.
a feat of strength, man.
Look.
You guys don't even want to know what happens when Jeff tries to throw local talent shows.
Oh my god. Look, okay, so here's the thing. I tend to find myself accidentally. I don't seek these things out, but I tend to find myself accidentally in very bizarre circumstances. And the weirder they are, as long as nobody's getting hurt and nothing like fucked up or shitty is going down, like the better, because I find them to be the moments that really define my whole worldview. Okay, I'll give you an example. One night, millions of years ago, I was hanging out with a friend of mine. He was this gutter punk. He and I decided to take a heroic dose of LSD. And I mean not fucking around amounts of LSD. And we began to stagger our way down the street. And we ended up at this house party because we knew that my friend was there and we needed to see if my friend wanted to come with us. We had drugs for him too. We get up to the porch and he is butt fucking his roommate, this girl, on the front porch of his house while her other roommate is sitting there jerking off and high as fuck on ecstasy. Now, when you come upon this kind of thing, and keep in mind, this is on a really busy city street. This is not like a side street. There are cars whizzing by, and this dude's fucking drilling this girl in the ass at like midnight. So we come upon this whole scene, and we're like, "Hey, buddy, what you doing?" And he starts talking nasty and dirty to this girl, saying the most god-awful things I've ever heard somebody say to somebody during sex. And we're like, "You look a little busy, friend." He's like, "No, it's totally cool. Anybody want to take this girl's mouth?" And we're like, "No. No. But we're just going to leave this right here." And she's like, no. You guys should totally stay." And we're like, no. That's okay. Drugs for you. Bye.
Sounds like a Tarantino plot, like set piece from like the 80s or something.
So when I'm at times like sitting back and life seems kind of a drag and I feel like I'm kind of getting beaten down and that I just don't have any self-respect, I think I could be some crazy chick getting drilled in the ass and talked nasty to by some fat piece of shit who then offers his friends to use and fuck her mouth. At least I'm not that. And that is how I like to live my life. Not being that.
He was trying to share. He's being kind.
Well, no, his generosity did not go unnoticed. I noticed.
Sort of like, "Hey guys, thanks for coming over. Can I get you guys like a drink? Do something to eat? Maybe like you wanna plow my girl's ass while she's fresh out of the shower."
That's pretty much exactly what it was like. Yeah, it was very strange.
Oh. It still stinks though.
Every now and then I see that chick around town and like I see her and she's always like, and I'm like,
"You a hoe! You such a hoe!"
Now just tell me this wasn't the first time you met her though.
No.
Okay.
I had met her before, yeah.
Because that's a hell of a first impression.
No, I had met her before. I went to a party actually at that house. And she tried to get in my pants, and I was like, no. And then her mom tried to get in my pants because her mom lived there too.
Is this like just what Oregon is like?
Well, she was 23, and her mom was like 39. Because her mom had her when she was like 16 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
That's the correct math, yes.
Yeah.
That's the correct math.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird, yeah. Yeah, no.
Well,
and what is this address again?
Listen, I no temptation, all right?
Yeah, Pimp's gonna show up at this chick's house and be like, "Hey, I want to show you something I just found after having lost it for the longest time."
My dick! Here's my dick!
Found it with the help of an anime toy.
I know.
Would you like to meet it? It says I'm gay, but I don't believe it.
Yeah, it did say I'm gay.
Well, yeah, you just go by the Roosh V school of logic. It's like, yeah, well, one time I was noticing I like this girl, the shape of this girl's ass, and next thing I realized is I'm gay as they come. That guy's gay as fuck, by the way. Roosh V
is so gay.
Hey, that video he did where he said vagina meat like 122 times. He kept saying vagina meat, and I'm like, I have to use that now.
You're not a heterosexual, yeah.
Well, where do you think the idea for the Impossible Burger came from?
All right, I'm getting more ice. Jesus.
Yeah, it's I'm going on another Twitter hiatus though. Like it's just like I was on there yesterday. I'm like, this is just too fucking stupid. I can't deal with this shit. And then every so often, I'll just see one of Roosh's tweets pop up in my feed. And it's like at one time the guy just had a nasty reputation for being, a sex pest who'd give you, his pickup tips. I watched a video of his once and it blew me away. He's like how to, approach a woman at a bar. And his whole thing is basically you're stalking her. He's like, find a place that she can't notice you and no one will see you and wait and watch her and wait for her friends to leave. Like, this is the most pussy bitch ass shit I've ever heard in my life. And this guy makes a living teaching people how to pick up chicks. And then he goes on the serious tirade about like how much he hates women and how if you like their butts that makes you gay. It's like, Roosh, just come out. It's 2019. No one's gonna think any less of you. That would be
our gateway to homosexuality. Oh, clearly.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
they kind of are.
Well, there's
I'm
no.
joking.
Maybe that's why Roosh is gay as they come. Then.
Yeah. Well, there's no conceivable way in which public perception of him could get any worse. If he just came out, they'd be like, "Wow, that's brave. You're still fucking gross, but okay." Cool.
He's a piece of shit. He was in that video you're talking about. He was talking about get in a position where they can't walk away from you. It was like, you weird motherfucker.
Oh my god! Yeah, physically threaten women. That's how they get interested in sex.
I've heard it said that he practices like sleight of hand and coin tricks because he's developed the ultimate way to get the GHB into her drink.
That's fair. Real quick, tweet says, got some sexy ass people on the stream. Crab90 says if Nick is John Schnatter, is Jeff Dan Marino. Ooh, if Quinn becomes the new writer for the YouTube Saints, will Nick have to go back to food service? Maybe.
I'm probably gonna do that anyway. So.
Let's see. Oh shit! Actually, I missed a couple of these. Holy fuck. Jable says you guys should be sponsored by Fleshlight. At least you have a Pornhub channel. We do. Hypothesis. You see Tommy Wiseau posted a picture of him and Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm going to go look that up in just a minute. One Canuck says, Mofo going to get split like a piece of fresh pine. That's Austin Jones. Austin Jones just announced... Dragon of the West says, Austin Jones just announced release of his new album, Live from Prison, with such hits as Tight End. And Enemy Moon says, I'm starting to think the concept of fame was a mistake. I need to get my hobby shop funded because that will be tons better than E-Sled bullshit. Built to scale games and hobby. Buy a kit, then airbrush it in minutes. Hourly rental fees apply. I think you should make a hobby shop, man. I think that's a good idea. You should follow your dreams.
Yeah, it's a damn good idea.
Yeah.
And also, we need more of those because, I mean, I just noticed I don't see nearly as many anymore. Then again, I live in a city where they routinely close down bookstores to turn them into tattoo parlors, so... Fair, yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, Manchester, we used to have independent booksellers all over, and they all closed down because the town's fucking illiterate. Who am I kidding? But yeah, most of them turned into like piercing and tattoo shops, and specifically the kind where like, dude bro will show up and pick a tribal thing off the fucking wall and just be like, I want that right on my neck. So everyone knows how alpha.
Oh, I know the exact environment you're talking about.
Are you making fun of tribal tattoos now, are we?
Yeah, I am.
Fuck you!
Uh-oh.
At least it's not one of those ones that's like creeping up your neck, making you look like George Clooney from that fucking Tarantino vampire flick. What was that thing called?
Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah. Hey, remember he had
good
that
fucking movie.
Wasn't bad. Although a lot of missed opportunities, yeah.
Yeah. They made a series out of that too.
Mm-hmm.
So Tommy Wiseau wants to play Shadow the Hedgehog, I guess.
I can see nothing wrong with this.
I did not kill Sonic. I did not.
I mean,
enjoy your life, Sonic. Ha ha. Let's get some rings. Ha ha. I love rings. Yes, rings. Ha ha. Oh God.
I just want that to happen specifically so that I can check out Chris Chan's reaction video.
You know, it's really funny because I was hearing a lot of people when the Sonic trailer came out talking about how they were getting vibes of like, oh, this movie could be so bad that it's good, just like how The Room was. Imagine if they actually solidified The Room status of this movie by fucking putting Tommy Wiseau in it as a fucking character. I know it'll never happen, but like, just imagine that fucking universe where they went all the fucking way and made this the biggest meme movie possible.
I have a feeling it's going to go down like Space Jam.
You think so? Well, I mean, Space Jam's like a cult classic now. Like, people actually enjoy that and go back to it, and like, there's people who actually respect that movie for the product placement that it is.
I love that movie too, dude. Space Jam is like there's the holy trinity of real people into cartoon movies. Like, you got your Space Jam, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and Cool World, and these are fucking awesome. These are incredible movies. Like, you know, objectively, Space Jam is actually a really good fucking movie. It's a good movie. It's just, it's so memeable because it's also really dumb.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I mean, like, I think that's probably the best fate that this Sonic film could hope for. Also, I'm glad to see that James Marsden is adjusting well to not being Cyclops anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I've seen a lot of the criticism though. People are like, "Oh, great, we get 1990s Jim Carrey back." It's like, well, do you prefer?
You didn't get enough of that?
Yeah. Do you prefer like the obsessive? I'm a painter now, Jim Carrey. The fucking like, it's like, yeah, I did a lot of mushrooms and I listened to Alan Watts for 15 hours. That guy. Because I'll take Ace Ventura back. It's fine.
He did like this documentary thing on the making of Man in the Moon.
Yes, it was awesome.
And it's a fantastic behind the scenes documentary. Absolutely great. But you really get a feel for how fucking nutty Jim Carrey was at that point. I think maybe he's getting better now, but like he kind of lost his fucking marbles because he's talking all sorts of shit like, maybe I am God, blah, 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 trying to get all philosophical and shit. It makes no sense. None of it makes sense.
And that documentary they show where Jerry Lawler almost beat the fuck out of him because Lawler was like, this dumb bitch don't realize we were really friends in real life. Me and Andy was really friends. It was all an act.
Yeah,
but Jim Carrey was acting like he was really Lawler's enemy.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Jerry Lawler probably would have fucking torn his ass apart, too.
I enjoyed Jim and Andy quite a bit. But it was funny because I had like Nitpicks did a really good video on it. I think it was just called Jim Carrey is an asshole. And well, when you think about it though, I mean, like, so like he went and sat with Kaufman's like daughter in character still. Yeah. And had a conversation with her as though that was his daughter.
Weird as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of pushing it, but I mean, method acting is just really fucked like that. I mean, who's the guy who played RoboCop? Peter Weller.
Mm-hmm. Peter Weller.
Yeah. He's so dead. Oh, by the way, he's actually, I think it's at Yale, but he's actually a professor of history. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, when he was on the set of RoboCop, when he was on set, he would only respond. He was RoboCop the entire time. He would only respond if he was called RoboCop. He would only eat baby food like RoboCop did. He just lived as RoboCop for every moment he was on set, and that's just fucking.
Well, it's funny that you got Tommy pulled up because what's the actor name who played him in the movie? James, whatever his name is.
James Franco.
Yeah, he did that as Tommy. All through the movie, man, the whole time he was Tommy. Mm-hmm. And his brother said that was weird because he would talk to him as Tommy.
So, he must have been having fun, dude.
Oh, yeah. Holy shit.
Probably high as fuck.
That's a great movie, too, by the way.
I mean, speaking about fucking character actors, though, like...
Hello, everybody. This is Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu coming in to you live from my faithful and loving home in Ruckersville, Virginia, which has now been correctively and recognized officially by Google as, and with fan support bringing the name up, this is officially Sonichu headquarters.
Damn, nice.
Oh,
Guys,
okay.
we did it.
They did it.
We did it. Have you guys actually seen this one yet? Like, I don't know if any of you guys actually watch Chris Chan. I watch Chris Chan. Come on, Animancer, you gotta watch Chris Chan, right?
I think he killed himself.
Ow! Ouch! Oh, ow! Brutal.
I only watch it from DP or Tap when we play the videos on there. So
I can't help it. Like, the deeper Christine Weston Chandler goes as far as like believing that she's this like fifth dimensional being, the more I get fascinated by it.
see, that's why I don't watch it, because I know I will go into that wormhole and just keep going.
and also you don't want to have to admit to anyone publicly or in private that you fell into a hole in relation to Chris Chan.
Well, Jeff just did it.
Well, I mean, look, listen.
It's degenerate.
Listen, just don't fall into her vaginal hole, because it's not really a vagina.
It's a black
Dude, I go down so many of these rabbit holes. I'm gonna go crazy one day. I've been looking into fucking Chris Chan for a while. I look into Von Helton. I look into fucking Jared Genesis. All these fucking crazy. Like I send Jeff all these clips like every once in a while. It's just the most ridiculous shit I can find. I'm like, Jeff will like this.
They're so good. I'm obsessed with that kind of shit. Pimpmunk, you know about Chris Chan's vagina though, right?
Oh,
no.
No?
No?
I don't think I do.
Do you not know about Chris Chan's vagina?
No, I know
Animancer?
about it.
Okay,
I'm surprised that Pimpmunk doesn't know about it.
I forget everything, dude.
Listen, he just found his penis again. Do you really want to make it impossible for him to ever get an erection?
All right. Look. Okay.
Go on.
I'll make it simple. Chris Chan went and got a taint piercing.
Oh yeah.
And then it got infected. And then she took out the taint piercing and developed a giant abscess, and then took a bunch of pictures of her new vagina.
Yeah, that makes me want to vomit.
It's like, hey, you're that weight loss plan here is about to get a whole lot better, because you ain't gonna have an appetite for quite a while.
This bitch gonna make me believe me.
Her beautiful, beautiful gaping vagina.
What's that pulse?
This sad thing too is this is not the first time, far from the first time, Christine Chandler's vagina has come up on this show. So
no, it won't be the last.
This is an ongoing thing. This is an ongoing topic of discussion you have on this show. Oh my god, why did I agree to be on here?
I just keep educating people about her vagina because I find it fascinating.
Also, Jeff's an open-minded and tolerant guy. It's 2019. What is it now, kiddo? This is a really bad time. What's up? Huh? Open paint.
She's trolling her dad, man. She is definitely trolling him.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, she learned from the best. Her name is Big Money Quinn, and I started calling her that specifically because it really pissed her off.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kept doing it, and then she just got used to it, and now she's like, I mean, she knows. Like, I find dabbing, for instance, to be atrociously stupid, and she knows that. So she's like, "Hey, Dad, what the fuck, kid? Really?"
Yeah, I'm with you on the dabbing thing. It's fucking horrible.
I love dabbing. Dabbing is amazing.
God damn it, Jeff.
It's because you're tasteless.
Dabbing is incredible.
I'm starting to dislike you again, Jeff.
Dabbing as well.
Well, for our next,
am I the only hip, young, with it millennial?
You're young.
Show?
You're young like Trump, dude. You feel so young, so young.
I'm like the youngest
you can't
person
complain
that there
about
is.
dabbing, because this show's Twitter banner is literally just you and Jeff like fucking dabbing. That's what it is. That's what it fucking is.
That is
actually
what it is, yeah. The one time I got you to dab.
Oh yeah, I brought back the memories, huh?
It was photoshopped. I never did that. It's Photoshop. That's what happens when you stick my gigantic head on Logan Paul's.
Okay, no, yes.
body.
See, dabbing is not that bad. Flossing is the worst.
Yeah, oh yeah, the Fortnite dances. Oh yeah, and actually no, Maeve is in the chat, and actually yes, Maeve, she does Fortnite dances because she knows I hate them. Yeah. She'll just be she'll be standing in the kitchen. I'll be trying to convince her like doing your homework is important and this and that, and she'll just start flossing. And then when I'll just have to look at her, and she'll know, I mean, stop it. And then she's still just like,
dabbing
evil
is too
fucking
good.
grin.
It's good. It's good. Dabbing is good. Just embrace the dabbing. Jesus Christ. All right, let's get to the next news article. This one's fun.
Yeah.
Facebook bans Alex Jones and other extremist figures. What's kind of interesting about this one, when it was first reported earlier today, it was labeled as specifically far-right figures, but there's also Louis Farrakhan in there, so they had to modify it quite a bit. Because
I thought Alex Jones was already banned from Facebook.
He was, but they increased the banning so that now, even if somebody else uploads a clip of something from InfoWars, they will remove it, and you might actually get banned for putting it up there. Like, Facebook is fucking done with it. They do not want it anymore. So they're banning Paul Joseph Watson, Milo Yiannopoulos, Laura Loomer, that's fucking hilarious. InfoWars, Alex Jones, Louis Farrakhan, and Paul Nealon? Paul Nealon.
No idea.
Yeah, he was a white supremacist who ran for Congress in 2018. Yeah. So yeah, Facebook has given them the boot. They are gone.
This is another one of those. This is another one of these scenarios because like I fucking hate social media.
Yep.
In addition to everything else in the world, but it's just weird. Like yesterday, especially on Twitter, like the conservative, the pop conservatives out there, we're talking about it like it's some gross human rights violation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then a whole bunch of people like this is violating their First Amendment. And it's like, all right, post like go read and I'll post up the First Amendment and then like, yeah, Congress shall make no law. It doesn't say fuck all about Facebook there. Now, do I agree with the decisions? No, I fucking don't. It's stupid, and even more so, it makes them more of the sort of martyr while they scream about them being the Illuminati coming after them and shit.
All right, so let's take a poll though. So you don't support any of these bans. What about you, Pimp?
No, I'm with Nick on that one.
Yeah, what about you, Animancer?
I don't support these bans. Like he said, it just empowers these people to think what they already believe is true.
I would agree, except for one. And that's InfoWars. The reason why I agree with their ban for InfoWars is because back in the day, starting with Pizzagate, the things that they started promoting about Pizzagate led to somebody basically radicalizing himself and going off and shooting up a fucking pizza joint. That should have been when InfoWars got put on notice. Like, hey, we understand this is what you're doing, but if what you're doing is going to incite people into possible violence, like, we might not want you on our platform. And then the Sandy Hook stuff, where you literally have grieving parents getting harassed and stalked by people who believe what InfoWars is saying. That's when I, honestly, at that point, I would have fucking booted them off myself, because I don't want to be part of that. As a company, I would not want my services being used to make that happen, because I think at that point, it's not just a speech thing, it's an incitement thing. And that's really the limit that most people say is like free speech is free speech until it's incitement to violence.
I can definitely see why a company would do it. I just think it's perhaps overall counterproductive to it gives them more of a persecution complex. The people who already believe this, when really like the people that should be trying to target that we should try and target the most are the people who are like just kind of getting into this or only kind of sort of believe it. Like the people who are really hardcore into it, they're going to be hard to convince, to believe otherwise.
Sure.
But
it's one of the fascinating things though I've found that this sort of exposed in a sense was like, so yesterday, the pop conservatives are all like screaming like it's like the end of the world. Paul was posting shit like he's a victim of a fucking Holocaust.
Yes.
But But it's such a weird thing because on the one hand, we got that old phrase. It's a really weird hill to die on. It's like if the vanguard of a free speech movement, when there's a legitimate debate about it between people who support it absolutely and those who want to restrict the shit, if the vanguard on the part of the free speech side is going to be these crackpots, then that's not a good look. And
exactly.
Weirder still, though, is like it, and I've been saying this a lot, but here we are, like 15 years removed from what I remember it used to be like.
Yeah.
And you've got conservatives demanding that the government get involved and effectively regulate a private company, and then you've got these like lefty progressives cheering for the censoring of fringe voices. It's everything's flipped on its fucking head. Dogs and cats living together. It's anarchy. But it is entertaining.
I mean, okay. I don't know, man. Like, look, I'll put it this way. So, we do want to have free speech, and I might have been taking the piss out of Paul Joseph Watson because I really hate Paul Joseph Watson. I might have been taking the piss out of him getting booted off of Facebook and kind of laughing about it. But I don't support him getting booted off. I don't think he did anything that warrants it. I'm still gonna fucking laugh my dick off, but whatever.
Milo's confusing because like Farrakhan's always talking shit, like bordering on we need a new show.
Farrakhan makes sense because Farrakhan's a fucking psychopath, but Milo
just wants to be Oscar Wilde.
Yeah, like why fucking Milo? It doesn't make any sense. But here's the thing that I think we really got to ask ourselves, and this is something that I think we should be asking. Not saying that necessarily we're at that point now.
Yeah.
Maybe we are, maybe we aren't. But we say we want free speech, and we should have free speech. It is a very important thing. Even if this doesn't fit the bill of free speech as in like the government, but the spirit of free speech, we want to embrace that, and that's a good thing. That is a net good thing, and I believe in it. But where is the line? And is there a line? Because we say that there's the line of like, somebody's like, hey, I'm just exercising my free speech. By the way, hey, mob, there's that person over there. Go kill them. Oh, sorry, that's just me exercising my free speech. Like, there's that.
Well, I believe inciting violence is something beyond free speech, but I understand what you're trying to say here. You do make a point. I think that's the one big exception, though, when you're directly trying to incite violence on another person. That's more like a threat than exercising your free speech.
Sure.
And exercising your free speech is like, having the right to have a difference of opinion than someone else and, saying it.
Yeah.
It's curious because we talk about limits, right? And like everyone loves to look at the fire in a crowded theater argument. And one of my favorite, expansions or analyses of that was Hitchens, when he points out that Oliver Wendell Holmes, the judge presiding over the case, used that as an argument against a bunch of Yiddish-speaking war resistors who were publishing and distributing anti-war materials, and the government interceded, saying that that was a danger, and then they invoked that notion of fire in a crowded theater when it had next to nothing to do with it. But the questions then get to like, all right, so we don't tolerate inciting violence. What about inciting open hatred? And there's nothing illegal about that. And as wretched and fucking as repugnant as it is, I think it's the same kind of thing with Alex Jones. Alex Jones is going to run around telling people how, like, they are trying to suppress the truth. And if there's one thing we've learned from anti-vaxxers, flat earthers, or just the internet in general, people are credulous and fucking stupid. And so if you give him more of a reason to believe something like that, like, because he's half right when he says they don't want you to hear this. Credulous, stupid people.
Yeah, people fall into their tribes, and when they fall into a tribe, which is where they want to belong, then they're willing to believe pretty much anything so that they feel like what they believe is justified at that point.
What do you think, Pimp?
My dick.
Yeah.
Dude, I know. You know what? Fuck what I said. I agree with him.
No.
I mean, the thing that keeps me really thinking about this, and it's really the thing that I don't know. I don't have an answer. Is the line? Where is the line? What is the line? Yeah.
It's crazy, but I don't really care what Alex says because Alex is stupid.
He is.
I don't listen to Alex. But if you do, that's your point. If you go out and do some stupid shit to a bunch of kids because he says it ain't real, then you're just an idiot.
Right. I agree.
So, but I want to say, if somebody's up there saying, hey, go kill these people, that's different. That is totally fucking different.
Definitely.
That's some Charles Manson shit right there.
Oh, yeah.
It's just I just saw it in the chat there. Capper's is saying it's not about the people who already believe, it's about preventing others from spreading it. But this is the problem, though, is half of Alex Jones's shtick is that he's this plucky underdog fighting this big nebulous villain.
No.
And now they're playing right into that fucking narrative. I mean, if
Exactly.
Yeah.
When Facebook kicks him off, hey, look, I am the victim here. See, I told you they were after me. I told you they were trying to stop the truth, and dumbasses believe that shit.
Yeah, well, so then here's a big question. Let's say we are a team of social media experts, and we're trying to figure out a way that we're trying to influence our fucking. I know. Hang on.
Oh no, I just hear that.
I
hear
know.
the words
I know. It
influence.
sounds. I said I want to start jerking off too. Maybe even in my own mouth. But we want to counter that. How do you counter Alex Jones?
It's not that hard.
I
Everything
don't
he
think
says
you
is
can.
fucking is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, but people believe it anyway. I don't think you can counter Alex Jones.
You know, I think it gets kind of back to the social
It's like
media.
saying you can't counter fascist ideas, right?
Well, I mean, that's a good point right there. But I think part of the problem is that when it comes to the countering it, like if you put Alex Jones into an actual like Oxford style debate, right, against somebody who is not a moron, he wouldn't go. No, and that's the thing is because what we now deem to be debates are just video responses and screaming matches. But I've never actually seen Alex go head to head with somebody who was intent on showing the world what an asinine crackpot he really is. And
people believe what Alex Jones says because he's very passionate in how he presents himself, and that he's giving them the answers that they think that they want to hear.
But most of the people who listen to Alex Jones and believe it are fucking insane, dude. They really, I mean, seriously, they're not really smart people.
Oh, agreed.
No, they're easily influenced, very gullible people that would probably come to those conclusions anyway by some other crackpot out there.
Exactly.
That's why.
And there's always going to be an Alex Jones. There's always going to be a fucking nut job. And you're not going to stop it by kicking him off Facebook. You're just going to make him more famous. His website is going to get more views.
You're going to make a new Alex Jones, a better Alex Jones. Well, in their view, anyway.
We've kind of already got that in the form of Paul Joseph Watson. I mean, that guy is monumentally full of shit. And the sad thing is like, I'm sure a good, huge chunk of Jones's audience watches him for comedy. It's just like, what is this nut job gonna say now? But with Watson, people take that moron seriously.
It's sad.
And and this is what we're getting though, is because like it's just like we've seen. It's like there are two competing sides that are just charging in front of armies of credulous morons, and they're just like, you're gonna do something stupid? Well, hold my fucking latte.
The last thing I'll really mention on this, as far as from my perspective, I still don't know how necessarily I feel about like Alex Jones being banned or not. I waffle on it here and there. I will say, and I have never shied away from saying this. I'd feel this 100%. I hope those parents of Sandy Hook sue him into bankruptcy. I really do.
Yep.
I hope he has to live the rest of his day in fucking abject poverty for that shit. Absolutely.
No problem with that.
He's a fucking asshole.
Agreed.
Well, that's the correct sort of method though, and that's what like people in this whole like argument, especially the people who are like pro censorship in that way.
Sure.
Like they forget that there are channels to seek remediation, and that's what civil courts exist for. But that's well, I mean, I don't know. I think we could go all night about this, but there's a much more fun item after this one.
But first, Jack in the West says, Jim Carrey wondering if he's gone. Are we sure he didn't just really get into Robert Heinlein? Also, R.I.P. Peter Mayhew. He is one with the chorus. So yeah, Peter Mayhew, fucking
big furry pinky up.
The original actor for Chewbacca.
Yeah, let's get a picture of Peter to put up here. He's
7'3", tall guy,
goofy ass looking
Tall
motherfucker.
Tall guy. I like the way Animancer said that.
He looks like a 70s rocker.
He does.
Yeah.
He really, really does. Yeah.
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if you know what? I bet he's a bass player.
There was a great picture that I saw. Yeah. It was a full-size one of this, but Peter Mayhew carrying Carrie Fisher with a giant bottle of champagne. That's great.
Sweet.
He put his dick in that.
Oh, of course.
The champagne.
I know. Well, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, well, you know, Carrie Fisher's just got like an 8-ball tucked under each tit in that picture too.
Oh my God, that's like the best woman in the world. That's my ideal.
Oh, I watched because like I've been binging Stephen Fry shit lately. I watched his big documentary on bipolar, and he sits and interviews Carrie Fisher at her home. And you can see, like, when he met her, she was definitely manic. And to see her just, like, positively fucking vibrating while she's discussing. Because she was, she was a hardcore advocate for mental health. In fact, she had her ashes. Yeah, didn't she have her ashes? Like, her urn is a giant, like, Zoloft capsule.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Wow.
Yeah. No, yeah. She was, Carrie Fisher, it was Will and Testament shit. When she was cremated, her ashes are interred in this giant antidepressant pill.
What the fuck? Holy
Yeah.
shit! You were not lying.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Prozac.
Yeah, Prozac, a giant Prozac.
God.
Oh wow! Damn.
So stop being crazy and do something really crazy for the last thing you do. Okay.
Fucking hell! Wow, dude.
That's nuts. That's kind of funny though.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I want my ashes put in a dildo.
yeah.
That. Oof, oh God.
And you put up Brett King's ass.
Mm.
Wow.
Wow, you really it's like you really got that. You got that materialist thing down home, and you're like, I'm dead, so it don't fucking matter anymore. Do what you want with me.
I don't give a
Shoot me into
shit.
space, put me up your ass, whatever.
Yeah, just don't bury me. I don't want to be in the ground. Fuck that.
Mm.
Well, you know, did you guys see? I think we brought up on a previous show, maybe, but I think it's Washington State has legalized or moving towards legalizing human composting. So yeah,
oh,
well, like
yeah. Like you can actually. It's a very, very small fee, and they basically compost your fucking body.
yeah.
Oh.
See, I mean, if I was to be buried, I'd want to be just like dumped naked, no box, no embalming, nothing. Just dump my body in a hole in the ground. Let me become worm feed. Let me decompose, and all these toxins and the built up alcohol and rage just get into the groundwater. That'd be great.
You know, when I heard human composting, I thought it was going to be something to do with all the fucking shit in the streets in Seattle.
I like the idea of a sky funeral. You guys have seen that, right?
Hmm?
No.
I can't remember which culture it is. Sky funeral, but there's a culture. Oh, it's in Tibet. Yeah. It's a funeral practice where they basically take your corpse and they lash it down onto the side of a mountain, so that like your corpse can't fall or move around or anything, and the birds slowly eat it until it's gone, until it's just bones. And yeah,
Awesome.
Oh,
yeah.
and then you get a mountain with a bunch of skeletons hanging off the side.
Isn't that fucking metal?
Yeah, you film a fucking He-Man sequel there.
Love it.
I'll get you next time.
It's like some fucking Metalocalypse kind of shit, you know?
You just gotta get to a really permissive town though. We're like, well, he was a great fan of nature, so we just hung his naked corpse from a tree in the woods. And we, the cops eventually got around to understanding that when hikers called it in, to not fuck around with it. Like, I'm sun-dried. If you want, you could take a little piece off my ass and call it jerky.
No shit.
Oh, Jesus.
I just want to get turned into an Impossible Burger, you know?
There you go.
Yeah. I I want a secret. I want my flesh to be subversively and secretly fed to vegans the same way that I did to that one kid with made him eat blood. You didn't know.
What
was mean.
You know,
I was mean in retrospect. No, years ago when I worked at this.
You gotta have to tell this one again. Yeah.
Yeah, I was working at a beer shop, and I love the dude. His name is Ian. He's a good dude, but he was as hipster as it got. Like had the waxed mustache.
like Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah, well, pretty much, yeah. Except he was like super hipster, and he would always go on about how he's a vegan without a Facebook. It was really a meme. We used to get this jerky dropped off by this like local woman who'd like make her own really, really good beef jerky, and she would yeah, and I could tell like his veganism was probably for his girlfriend, because I'd see him lean over the counter, right, to like hand a receipt, and I'd see this twinge in his face whenever he'd get a whiff of that jerky. Now she would make these snacks for herself because she'd cook the meat in its own blood and everything with a bunch of onions in it, and then she'd dry the onions out and eat those.
Oh.
So I had her give me a bag of these. Because I'd sworn the day the kid started, I'm like, I'm going to break his veganism, and then I'm also going to make that minister give up his faith. And yeah, so I get these onions that are cooked in blood, and I write, I'm putting out this label. It says like 100% organic, vegan approved, and I'm like, Ian, check it out, bro. It's vegan jerky, dude. It's onions. Isn't it great? And he couldn't get enough of it, and I was just so proud of myself. I'm like, you've consumed animal products. I'm going to hell.
So nasty.
It was an asshole move, bro.
It was worth
In a
it.
rotten hell, man.
Yeah, it was worth it.
You're a very bad person.
It was worth it. All right.
There's a fucking theme park waiting for me.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Dude, that was worth
Splash Mountain,
your
but with
eternal soul,
pain
huh?
and torment for you.
You're gonna get there
yeah.
before the devil
All
puts
right,
something in
let's
my ass.
see.
He's gonna
Anime
be like,
Moon
"Hey, bro."
says, I wonder
was
how
good.
much of this shit would have been fixed better with superimposed disclaimer in lieu of ban. Instead of hushing Jones, you put a fact-checked rebuttal link over his face. Do it to Young Turks as well. Oh wait, that requires reading. I thought I had a similar thought to that too. When I was talking to somebody else, and they were like, "What would you have done if you didn't just ban?" I'm like, "Well, maybe kind of something like a disclaimer, like they did on YouTube. Somebody has an AIDS denialist video. Below it is like a link to learn about AIDS, like reality. It's not bad.
There's definitely a huge issue with
Something.
the fact on YouTube that there's
Anyway,
people are being demonetized who are debunking that type of shit.
Well, we get the problem too, though. Like you bring up fact checking, and these days everyone is so crazy about their narratives. Like you will constantly, oh, well, you can't trust fact checkers, though. We all know like Snopes and PolitiFact has a really heavy leftist bias. Like, does it? Does it really?
Yeah, because the facts apparently disagree with their narrative, so it must be a left-leaning bias.
Facts are for fucking libtard cucks. Come on, man.
Well, you guys saw James got booted off of Twitter.
What did get him finally booted off? Because he actually, like, here's the thing. I kind of get why James Woods is booted off of Twitter. Not that I support it, but I kind of get it. Because that dude, he'd say some spicy fucking shit. Shit like, some spicy ass, like, Sargon level shit. Like, whew.
He got, from what I read earlier, he got booted for spreading around that old claim that like the first slaves brought to America were whites. You ever heard that?
Why would you even bother sharing that?
Senility's a hell of a drug.
No,
man, the real slaves were the colonists.
I guess the real slaves were the friends we made along the way, man. So, look, that's it. All right. Fucking James Woods is a crazy old person, whatever.
Still love his work, though.
So, this is already covered on the pre-show. I just now realized that we were covering it, too. But Jables quite extensively went into this quite a bit because, not because he has any... It's because he really loves shrimp. That's why.
Yeah. He's all about that. He's all about that shrimp.
He's all about
shellfish fetish.
is all about that shrimp. It's just, no other reason why we're so focused on this one article. Nick, if you would please.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys probably all heard about this by now, but yeah, cocaine's been found in European and primarily UK shrimp. I think it was 15 different sites across the UK. Yep, 15 river sites in Suffolk County, a rural area in northeast London where there's nothing to do but cocaine, apparently. The results published in the Journal of Environment International showed that all the shrimp contain trace amounts of cocaine as well as the drug ketamine. God damn, they know how to party.
Whoa, what? I didn't hear about the ketamine. Or
ketamine. Yeah.
Ketamine.
Yeah, it's
Those
okay.
shrimps.
He just got knocked out, man.
K-hole
Holy
content.
shit.
Yeah, it's just a nice little K-hole cocktail, I love it too. They say like an anesthetic sometimes used as a party drug. No, that's a party drug that's sometimes used as medicine. Okay, let's just get down to it. And a banned pesticide called phenuran. Okay, what does that do to you? I'm curious. What the fuck?
These shrimps are wild, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're just sitting on the riverbank. Fuck this river. Give me some goddamn ketamine.
Dude, they've got a wilder lifestyle than me.
Well, you sit at home and fap all fucking day. Everybody's got a wilder lifestyle than
So
you.
you, Pimpmunk?
Yeah, but that's his exercise regimen.
Yeah. That's
Hell.
Oh, okay.
I lost 65 pounds, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's good cardio. You don't even have to leave your house. In fact, it's encouraged that you don't. But yeah, researchers said the drugs. Yeah, they made their way to the rivers and fresh water after human consumption. Cocaine can pass from urine into our wastewater. I can't wait for this story to get around enough to the point where you got crackheads trying to like buy people's piss off them.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, it'll happen.
Hey man, I heard you like to party a lot. Can you fill this up for me? Just halfway is fine. I'll give you $10.
Just a little pee, man. That's all I need, bro.
Do you have any of those shrimps to either?
You can just do it right into my mouth.
Yeah, throw a few shrimps in that jar too.
I need my shrimps.
It'll be nice. I'll pickle
saying
them.
it wrong. It's not shrimp. It's scrimp.
Scrimp.
Scrimp? Scrimp?
Scrimp.
No.
Scrimp.
Boy, don't tell me no. It's scrimp.
Scrimp?
Scrrm-p, yeah.
Scrimp. I'm gonna spell it.
No, you know what? Like now they're saying, in this, they're suggesting like it probably is a result of people like doing a lot of coke and then it comes out of your urine, gets into the water. I have a different theory. I think Mrs. Paul's is trying to branch out into the UK market, and they really want to lock down the shrimp fans.
I can see that.
Imagine, yeah. But yeah, such as Leon Barron, co-author of the study, said in a press release, such regular occurrence of illicit drugs in wildlife was surprising. All of those heroin bears and whatnot. We might expect to see these in urban areas such as London, but not in smaller, more rural catchments, because yeah, I'm sure that people in rural areas don't ever do drugs.
No.
At least 15 sites. Scientists found traces of 56 pollutants in a type of freshwater shrimp called Gammarus pulex. I think I fucked that up, I know. The compounds that were detected most frequently in the highest concentrations were cocaine, lidocaine, and ketamine. God damn. This fucking must be really fucking boring in Suffolk. The researchers found traces of anti-anxiety medications like alprazolam and diazepam, which funny story about Ativan. When I used to have to do canvassing for political campaigns, and I'd have people like either screaming at me or sometimes threatening me with pistols and the like. I found it really handy to keep a whole bunch of Ativan in my car, so I just like pop 2 of those things, walk up, fuck you, you goddamn communist, fucking bringing around, knocking on my door during dinner time. Have a nice day. I'm fine.
Thank you for cursing me.
Seriously, Ativan is like I think that should be like issued to every customer service rep or call center rep, like daily. So before they even like log in, it's like, all right, take your pill. There you go.
This is how you spell Scrrm. This is how you do it. Scrrm-P. Scrrm.
Yeah. Scrrm.
Scrrm.
Oh my god. Really?
Yeah.
I did. Oh wow. Yeah. Xanax, Valium, propanol, which treats high blood pressure and irregular heartbeats, was also detected, though not that frequently. So apparently, I guess them shrimp are having some cardiac problems. Oh yeah, and also microplastics. This is a funny thing. They're all freaking out about the cocaine. Meanwhile, like they're finding like microplastics, which are just tiny broken down pieces of plastic that get into the food chain. That worries me a little more than cocaine. Because I'm not too keen on doing any lines of like plastic anymore.
Honestly, this is the first time I've heard British cuisine be interesting in any news story ever. So.
Fuck, you're not wrong.
Gordon Ramsay suddenly makes a whole new kind of sense, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Let's see. They also ingest poisonous chemicals that enter the waterways. One notable example is methyl mercury, dumped by a fertilizer company called the Chizo Corporation in Japan's Minamata Bay from 1932 to 1968.
Or Shizo my Chizo.
God damn. Japanese citizens consumed the bay's contaminated seafood and consequently contracted Minamata disease, which wreaks havoc on the brain and nervous system and causes physical deformities in anime.
Okay, hang on. Listen, here's the thing. All right, listen. This is where, off the coast of where? Japan? Britain?
That was
Britain?
Japan. Well, Britain's got the coke shrimp, and Japan's got the pesticide water.
Britain, cocaine shrimp. Japan's got the pesticide water, and France has Garfield phones.
what a beautiful world we're living in right now, huh?
Oh my god, it's so great.
Yeah, I take it back. Things aren't getting worse; they're just getting weirder.
They're just getting more interesting.
I love how Garfield phones have become such central parts of the show now.
I mean, look. All right. No, it's fine. We're just painting with more colors now. The human race is painting with more colors. Yeah. It's great.
We covered that Garfield shit on my show like a few weeks back, and for 1 week on April 1st, we changed our entire fucking Underhaven server to Lasagna Haven. We all turned into Garfield. Me and my entire mod staff were Garfield. Hell yeah, dude, it was awesome. Lasagna Haven, the greatest Discord server in mankind history.
Hell yeah, dude, that's fucking great. Oh shit.
Oh Christ! I mean this. Actually, well, I mean, the great thing about those phones too is like Jeff was frantically trying to find one for a while. And
I found one, but they're too expensive. They're cost prohibitive.
Yeah. Well, I still think you need to get one of those like classic like Bell like Atlantic phones. Strap it to like an LBE. Plug your cell phone in that way. That's how you can make calls.
I mean, I'm down. I need to find myself a fanny pack that is both comfortable, but also supportive, that I can actually carry around a 10-pound phone. Because that's what we're talking about.
So you're telling me you need someone to pack your fanny?
Yeah, I do. I need somebody to pack my fanny.
Gotta get Scrrm-p.
Yep, you gotta put some Scrrm-p in your fanny.
Gotta get some Scrrm-p in that fanny.
Hey, you guys looking for any company? I got some Scrrm-p action for you. What is that? Oh, don't you?
All this crazy talk about bottom feeders and rivers and shit like that, and I'm about to start going crawdadding over here in fucking Oregon, starting up this month. And I don't know what kind of drugs are in the Oregon fucking crawdads with the shit.
Like homemade opium crawdads.
Oh yeah,
gotta be it.
Actually, Percocet crawdads.
Percocet dads. Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh. Percocet don't make me go to sleep though. It makes me clean my house. It's weird.
Oh, it gives me perky.
Yeah.
Hang on. Stop.
It gives me perky too.
What? You want me to show that?
Yeah. Look at.
All right. Well, I'm gonna show your art, and then you gotta go get ready for bed. Okay. Okay.
Excellent.
Quinn wanted to interrupt this entirely wholesome, family-friendly conversation about
crawdads,
dinner, suicide. What is wrong with you?
Cause suicide is painless.
She did. Oh, okay. Suicide Squad. Yeah, she did some art.
Oh, that's cute. That's wonderful.
Yep. Writing stories again. My little published author who now needs to get her ass in bed.
I don't.
No, you could. No, you don't.
Oh wow.
Yeah. See, this is what I get to deal with. This is a tween. Go.
Perkadads. Ooh, Perkadads. That's a good one.
I like that name. Perkadads.
Yeah. See, that's what you should. That's what you should do. You should take the bus from Mississippi over to Eugene, Oregon for a fucking weekend camp out, and then we'll all hop on a plane and fly down to VidCon.
Well, I'm taking a train to this time.
Oh,
you still don't believe in aircraft? Yeah. Is that what it is?
Yeah. No, I mean I've flown several times. I want to I love train travel. I love it.
Yeah.
And I got a room. So a friend of mine bought it paid for it this time, and it got me a super roomette. I got my own bath and shower and everything in it. So
damn.
First classing it up in that bitch.
Damn. Okay, that is the way to see the fucking country.
Yes.
Holy shit.
The room fits like 6 people, and I'm all in there by my damn so I could fap everywhere.
Oh shit.
Just bring a black light. Just bring a black light.
See,
be like, can I get another room if you want, sir? But they're all that bad.
All right, I've traveled in a train in luxury before. Let me tell you, this is what you got to do, right? What you need to do is you got to get yourself a bunch of Scrrm, all right? Get yourself a bunch of Scrrm, and you got to pack that Scrrm full of a bunch of fucking ketamines. That way, when you're on there and you meet all them hot fly ass honeys, you can be like, you like shrimp and you like some Scrrm and some ketamine? They're like, yeah, we love some. You come back to my little fucking thing there. Where's the ketamine? It's in the Scrrm.
Yeah, I could just take a bunch of ketamine and let them suck on my Scrrm.
There you go.
What
that would work too.
Fuck cables. I gotta look this up now.
MDMA octopuses? Oh no.
Yeah. Mood drug MDA makes antisocial octopuses almost cuddly, according to NPR.
Really?
Nature.com. Yeah, apparently this is a study that was carried out. Like humans, octopuses become more sociable and engaged after a dose of the party drug MDMA. In the human brain, MDMA, commonly known as ecstasy, triggers the release of neurotransmitter serotonin. The Californian two-spot octopus has a serotonin transport system similar to that of humans. To determine whether the system serves the same function, Eric Edsinger at the Marine Biological Laboratory in Woods Hole, Massachusetts, and some other people submerged 5 octopuses in MDMA-laced water.
Holy
and tested
shit!
their behavior. Huh?
That's fucking great.
Yeah. After absorbing the drugs, the animals ignored the toys such as Star Wars figurines. Well, who knows how many foreskins those things have been in. That would normally have intrigued them, but instead the octopuses socialized and spent more time touching one another with their arms than these creatures usually do, and universally hated The Last Jedi. Oh wait, no, that's not. The findings suggest that serotonin played an important part in social behavior. You fucking think, guys? Really? In the common ancestor of octopuses and vertebrates, whose branches on the family tree separated more than 500 million years ago.
So basically, ecstasy makes octopuses just as cuddly as people.
Now I want to submerge myself in that same MDMA bath with the octopuses.
No, the weird fucking hybrid's gonna come out of that shit.
Dude, I would party with a two-spotted octopus.
Yeah.
You're pulling out in a bunch of fluid. It don't matter.
It's just like,
that's so gross.
If your shit swims, it's gonna swim.
It just makes their ink all kinds of fun colors. it's just shitting out magenta everywhere. Damn. I'm so happy that we get along so well with our ocean brethren like that. I mean, you know, Aquaman is doing fucking rails of fentanyl right now somewhere.
Yeah, dude, dolphins, they like to get some fuck from humans too. Our ocean-dwelling brothers, man, they like to get some.
Well,
dolphins are rapists.
Yeah, I was about to say they like to get some.
They are.
Whether you're gonna give it or not.
Well, you know, I read that one story though. Apparently, like, so you got, you know, your puffer fish, and they have that deadly ass toxin, but it doesn't work on dolphins. It just gets them kind of high, so they start batting the thing around like a beach ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Damn great
dolphins. Shit. My buddy Red Eye says Flipper was the first Me Too scene.
Damn you, Weinstein!
Let's see. Crab90 says, this is actually an important philosophical question that we need answered. If you had to host a dinner party with Christ and Lucifer, whose ass are you supposed to kiss? It's a good question.
I'll be right back. I'm getting a call.
So you're
I
having
kiss them both.
you kiss both their asses
Cover both ends.
just to be safe. Well, I mean,
Get it? I said cover both ends. Get it?
well, I mean, it means you gotta have the advanced techniques. So like you gotta like get that loogie in your fucking hand right, and then make sure you get the lips firmly applied on the end, and just make sure you're. Never mind. What are we talking about?
You were talking about tugging plugging there, but whatever.
So I don't know. Who would you suck up to, Christ or Lucifer? I don't know. Who's more likely to kick your ass?
Jesus.
I think Jesus. Yeah.
He's a ninja, dude.
Jesus is a ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Hey, huh?
Why?
Don't question God, boy.
All right.
All right. I don't know. I just thought he was a ninja.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Jable says, I do really love shrimp, also cocaine, allegedly. I would have no first-hand knowledge of that one way or the other. Anime Moon says, so that's why I did a full train on my wife last time I had sushi. Yeah, probably. And Dragon of the West says, if we need to stop giving octopuses ecstasy, or they're going to be able to work together and form their own underwater civilizations. Octopuses are smart as hell. I'm worried about the planet of the cephalopods. You should be afraid.
Can you imagine an octopus rave?
An octopus
All that
rave?
like liquid dancing. You've just got tentacles everywhere. They're like, are they dancing? Oh no, they're high as fuck. So am I. This is a good idea.
Dude, people can finally make real life tentacle hentai.
Oh, fuck off.
Dude, that's where my priorities are, man.
That already technically exists.
No, it doesn't. No, you know, I'm just gonna pretend that what you just said it didn't just happen. Okay.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Oh no, it exists.
Shit.
I'm not surprised. You actually know it's impossible to really be surprised about the fact that that exists.
No,
I mean,
I'm not gonna. Obviously, I'm not gonna pull it up. But
no. When we get to Pornhub Saints, though, that's a different matter. This is this is something that it seems like it's a universal with primates, but we made an art of it. You know, we get it with our, we see it. It's manifesting now with our movies and stuff. Like, how long until we get a Vox or like article or something about like we need to have a conversation about fucking Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, and humanity's got this art of like we will discover the highest mountaintops and the deepest ocean trenches, and whatever we find there, we'll fuck it. It's just true.
That's the way I am.
That's Pimpmunk. And you know, long and short.
I used to have this thing with all my friends. I'm like, you see that car door? I said, watch me fuck it. I'm doing it. I used to do that shit all the time.
Jeff watching now. Bad tentacle porn. Now, we're not going to show it to you guys, but I want you to pay close attention to Jeff's reactions, because that'll pretty much tell you everything you need to know. You can imagine the rest.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Or just join the Discord. You'll find it eventually. Yep. Yeah, everyone. Yep. There we go. Read the Oxford one.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Listen. Just go to Bing.com. Go to videos. Make sure the safe search is turned off, and type in La Blue Girl live action.
I'm kind of retarded.
And you will see live action tentacle hentai porn. That's not the only one either. There are more.
No thanks.
You want it. Animus, you know you want it.
Not interested.
There's just going to be a new one coming out soon. Bitch's got like a British accent, and there's just some hand that comes in from off screen feeding her shrimp the whole time. Like, no, don't worry. It's still a good idea. Your parents will never find out. Oh, Addie's here. Good.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Okay, anyway. Oh, shit. Fuck. Oh, here. Jason Momoa says Atlantis sends its regards. Always remember, cocaine shrimps are no minions of mine. That's fair. Animancer says, man, I missed a Pimpmunk episode. Stupid friends want to hang out and do social things with me. God damn it. Hi, boys. Hello, Addie.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Howdy.
Okay, so What is this? What is this one? The fucking... Oh, Christ. Okay, no, I know what this is.
What is it?
And now for something completely different.
Oh, I forgot all about this.
Suspicious Chef Boyardee can on wheels leads Chicago cops to shut down street. let me read that again. Hang on.
Yeah,
Hang on.
there you go.
I need to get myself
Get your vernaculous voice together.
Suspicious Chef Boyardee can on wheels leads Chicago cops to shut down street. No, I still read it fucking wrong. Suspicious Chef Boyardee can on wheels leads Chicago cops to shut down the street.
Close enough.
Yes. A Chicago street was shut down on Tuesday after cops spotted a suspicious package that turned out to be an educational and tasty school project.
It sounds like the start of a porn.
Mm-hmm. The package that spooked police officers turned out to be an odd contraption, a can of beef Chef Boyardee ravioli and a thin green wire taped to a set of wheels. This is
It looks like a rocket. It looks like it's got a fuse on the back. And when I saw it, I was really hoping someone had discovered how to turn ravioli into a fuel source.
Damn.
Well, it definitely can create gas, that's for sure.
Ravioli, what's on the middle of the fucking street?
Yeah, so that was the IED.
Mm-hmm.
Investigators briefly shut down both State Street and Chicago Transit Authority's Red Line train, which ran underground. A spokesperson for DePaul University, which is located in Chicago, told the news outlet that a design student was responsible for the can on wheels, served as a prototype of a vehicle created for a class assignment.
Vehicle.
In the future, we will all ride the ravioli.
Oh my!
I take my ravioli to work, reducing my carbon footprint.
My carbohydrate footprint.
Oh my God! Right? Holy shit!
I just loved the fucking look of that thing, though.
Oh, I know. Oh my God! Here, no, I'm gonna pull that back up. Actually, it looks fucking great.
It looks like they put a little face on it.
It does. It does. It looks like they drew like a tiny little face on the front of it, like Thomas the Tank Engine. But it's Rudolph the Ravioli.
I love too, like, because I'm pretty sure those are skateboard wheels.
Yeah, no, they are. Those are definitely skateboard wheels.
Yeah. So I trust the police have contacted like Tony Hawk at this point.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah. He's just like
Mr. Hawk, how do we disarm this skateboard bomb?
Well, you drop it into a half pipe. That's just adorable. I'm so glad that art students are still terrifying Chicago residents with ravioli. Warms the cockles of my dead black heart.
Yes, cockles. I love that word.
That's why I use it any chance I get.
There you go.
You'll come around and touch my cockles there, Scrrm-p?
I do.
Scrrm-p?
I touch your Scrrm-p cockles. I'm gonna eat on them Scrrm-p cockles.
That's a better name for this episode, actually.
What, shrimp cockles?
Scrrm-p cockles.
Scrrm-p cockles.
Scrrm-p cockles. All right, I'll rename it.
Again, Jeff Holiday.
Wait, what? What?
You said shrimp.
Oh no, I fucked it up.
You can't speak English.
I speak English. I got all these fucking honky ass motherfuckers trying to fucking tell me how to pronounce shit.
Man, fuck them.
Speak English.
Speak English, man.
We speak English around here.
We talk American.
How the hell do you spell cockles?
Can you repeat that in English?
Cockles. Got him.
I'm still surprised. Did we ever get the midweek upload? And if so, did Daniel from Second Life copyright claim us?
I don't think he copyright claimed us, actually. I think because it got uploaded.
Well, my guess is probably he just watched the show and wants to distance himself in any way he can from it.
Yeah, actually, that's like one of the few midweeks that stayed green.
So we have one monetized video. That's great.
Y'all have one? Shit, that's big time. Having one.
Oh fuck. That's some funny ass shit. Holy shit.
I still love the actually Animancer and Pimpmunk. Do you guys know the channel Arlnauts, right?
I've heard of it before.
I've heard of it, I think.
Yeah, they do like the Star Wars reimagined. Yeah, they launched this. They launched this really cool thing, and if you guys want to take part in it, I think they're still doing it. But so they produced the song. It's an original song, and they want everyone who can to just use it in some way on their channels. They're going to copyright claim it, and then all the revenue that they get from all those copyright claims is going to go to some like arts program for underprivileged city youth. Which is this copyright system's dog shit anyway, but I like people getting creative,
taking advantage of it and somehow, yeah.
Yeah, it makes them.
Yeah. Well, if anybody goes around and uses Scrrm-p cockles, we're gonna fucking copyright them because that's ours.
That's right. That's right. We own that. That is part of our culture.
You owe us royalties.
Okay. We will copy strike you so hard we'll own your dog.
Yeah, that's right, Jimmy.
Did you say gentleman or Jimmy? Because it sounds
no, it's Jimmy. It's Jimmy.
Jimmy. Okay, I forgot we were still speaking English.
God damn, Jimmy, you can't speak American stuff. It's Mississippi English.
I'm kind of retarded.
God damn, Jimmy. Okay. Animancer says ravioli, call the bomb squadoli. That's good. That's actually that's really good actually. I'll touch your Scrrm-p cockholes, Pimpmunk 2019.
There you go.
That's right. That's right. Dragon of the West, Pimpmunk or Animancer, can you have Jeff and Nick on one of your shows with Hannibal and Monty? Since Ben hasn't, it will be magic. I agree. I've been wanting to hang out with Hannibal and Monty for a while.
They're on my show Tuesday.
They're funny as fuck, dude. They're so great.
I'm on Tuesday. They're on my show Tuesday.
Yeah, if I'm around, man, I'd love to. I'll come on I'll come on the wood anytime, man. I don't care.
Yeah, that's awesome. There's no show Monday because I gotta go to a funeral.
Oh yeah. No, I heard about that. Condolences, dude.
Yeah, dead people suck.
I'll try to make something happen sometime too. I love fucking having Jeff on Underhaven.
I thought you said you like fucking Jeff on Underhaven. I didn't tell you.
I do. I'd love to do that too. Yeah.
Well, see, you said that on. That was honest.
Nick's tighter than me. I'm fucking used up, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, Nick looks like he's got a tight bunghole.
He does? Yeah. Okay.
I mean, granted, I've been getting fucked pretty hard by the algorithm, but it always moves up.
We've all been there. We're all used to it.
I've been suspended more than anybody I know on YouTube.
This is the longest Pimpmonk's had his channel in quite some time.
Yes, dude. They get me all the time, dude. Because I made a fucking video called Nazi Sizing. They're going to suspend me.
Nazi sizing? Oh, you a lot of aerobic arm gestures?
Yeah, it was 2 years ago when I made the video. I had an exercise called Throw the Jews in the Oven, and they didn't like that shit.
That's terrible, man. You should when you challenged that, I hope you were I hope you understand. Video. This is not body positive at all.
See, the crazy thing is I don't have the video. I don't know if I hope somebody's got it out there because I can't. I lost my fucking hard drive that it was on, and yeah, but I had an exercise.
Such a good video.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Nazi sizing, dude.
It was a flamboyant, blonde, fat, gay dude trying to lose weight, and he discovered Nazi sizing. Yeah.
Nazi sizing.
Oh fuck! Oh my god!
And then they got me for Pimpmunk video, acting like I wanted to have lesbian sex with Jacqueline Glenn, and she liked the fucking video.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Yeah.
Did you get to have the sex?
No, unfortunately.
Because they took the goddamn video down. That's why.
Yeah, at the time she was fucking that other chick. What's his name?
Social repose.
Social repose. Yeah. She was fucking her then.
I want to see a social repose video where he starts it off with "Hey sisters."
He had too much Scrrm-p.
Yes, that is what. Look, Scrrm-p is great. Don't eat too much Scrrm-p. You'll turn into fucking social repose.
Oh my god. Greatest tagline I've heard in a while.
Fucker, I hate him. And I don't know why. I just look at him and want to punch him.
I mean, I've known a lot. I've known a lot of kids like social repose. I can't say I like him, but like I think I kind of understand him. I don't know.
I don't get it.
Somebody's got to keep Hot Topics in business. this, okay?
Yeah.
He's got his head firmly up his ass, man. That's all. Like,
He's got a lot of things firmly up his ass. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah, let's be honest.
Look, Jackie looks like a girl who's definitely got an array of strap-ons. All right.
Yes, and I would let her use every one of them.
That's fair.
But
That's fair.
I love Jack. Jacqueline's the reason anybody knows who I am on YouTube. Dude.
She's
She's
a
wanted
sweetheart.
she's seen one of my videos. She's like, come over and be a guest on my channel, and I did it. And so I always love her.
Yeah, she's an absolute sweetie pie. I got to meet her once at VidCon, and she was really, really nice. She was cool.
Yeah, I met her at I met her at the very first VidCon I went to a couple of years ago, 2015, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm looking forward to it
That
again
was before
this
the
year, man.
tits, though. That was before the tits.
Oh yeah, the big fake boobies. Yeah.
Hers or yours?
Oh,
Yeah.
I got beautiful titties, boy.
Mhm.
Actually, I've never had the fat man tits. I never have. So,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I don't
I'll
have
just say
mo-
there's a reason I like solid colored button downs.
Yeah. I just want to see her naked.
Nothing. Yeah, it's like we can't even make jokes now. We're just all thinking about naked Jacqueline.
Jeff's even leaned back like in the masturbation
Wait, what were we
mode.
talking about?
I don't know, man. All I know is I'm really looking forward to this summer. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be awesome. I just gotta figure out where the fuck I'm gonna stay. But yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I like some people were kind of pissed because me and Mems are doing like a big Airbnb thing this year.
Yeah.
But that's because Mems is gonna be there doing like some serious work. You know, she's got her own stuff like outside of like YouTube, but you know, be doing some work stuff down there. So like we have to stay at a motel. It's going on a corporate account.
You can also only like, you know, attempt a live action sequel to Animal House so many times.
Dude, last year was ridiculous and hilarious and a misadventure. It was very strange. It was very strange between your house and my house. Those two Airbnbs.
I just made food.
I know you just made food, but like,
I mean, nothing, and I mean nothing went down at my house, Jeff. Not a damn thing.
Every time I went to Jeff's house, the motherfucker was passed out.
You kept missing me. You weren't hitting me when I was in my prime, man.
Well, we were doing that bartending thing for a little bit, weren't we? Where like they'd come up and we just would give them whatever we thought that.
Yeah,
you know, like,
yeah.
Oh, you want a tequila? Cool. Here's some vodka.
Yeah, no, we did that quite a bit. Yeah, we're like, oh, what do you want? Can you make like a cosmopolitan? Absolutely, fucking vodka.
Here's a shot of
orange
rum.
Juice. Here you go. Yeah, you were lucky if you got a mixer. We just like poured some shit in a cup.
Yeah,
Like,
just Bill Murraying the whole thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that was actually, well, it's funny because like I look back and then I made all that food that barely anyone came over and ate, but somehow it all still disappeared. And
I ate so much of your fucking sushi, dude. It was ridiculous.
And then I got to fight the Pacific Ocean, which was nice.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh, okay. That's a story for another time, I suppose.
No, it's a quick and easy story. It was the first time I'd ever made it to the Pacific. Like the first time I went to VidCon, I had it on the list and it just never happened. And so I was with it was with Rhino, Magog, and Anna Hot of Hearts, and it was the three of us. It was our first time seeing the ocean. Magog went out in half of his costume, so he had the robe, makeup. I think he had the contacts in, but he was there in these like brightly colored swim trunks under this with his robe.
Yeah.
He kind of waded in a little bit. Anna went in, but then because the waves were so big, like she was pretty sure she'd just get swept out to sea. And I went in button down, waistcoat, just like a normally dress, just fully dressed. Dashed into the ocean, and I started having such a fun time, like with the waves as they'd come in, because we don't get that shit in the Atlantic. And so yeah, I just started fist fighting them, and like just dropping like atomic elbows and shit on the ocean.
Yeah,
then,
you gotta do that.
Yeah, and even Magog's standing there as like passersby. First they're passing by and they're looking at this weird dude dressed like a wizard is on the beach. But then they stopped looking at him when they started noticing my behavior. So they're like, oh shit. It's like a day trip from the mental asylum. And I won.
Yeah.
Fuck that ocean.
No, it was good. And I'm looking forward to it again this coming year. My main problem is I wake up every morning at 6 a.m. no matter what. I always do. Even if I've been so blasted fucking drunk all night, I only slept like 2 hours, I'll wake up still drunk and be like, it's time to go! And then I'll start playing Eye of the Tiger and fist pumping around the pool and drinking more and waking everybody up as I'm like swimming and everybody gets really pissed off at me. But you know what? That's my energy. And if you can't handle it, you can't handle me. And you don't get this pussy. Wait.
There you go.
That's what I mean.
I still just
confused
love
at the end there a little bit, but okay.
Okay.
I just love like I got to actually like break that media wall of all the fake news we hear, because like I was dead on my feet that last day when we were leaving, and then these wonderful MS-13 gang members offered me some like free uncut cocaine in the parking lot of this bar, and I was, I'm good to go, let's go. Oh shit, I'm gonna crash real hard in this silent electric Uber, but that's fine. And legit, yeah, dude like busts out rails of coke on his key. I knock a little off on the second go, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm sorry. He's like, oh, don't worry about it, man. I got like 2 keys at the house and shit. And he's like, it's that Mexican mafia shit. And I just see this big 13, and I'm like, oh, I can't feel my face. You guys are a lot nicer than they make you out in the media.
So Adam E in the chat says Nick needs a handler. You have no idea. He actually had to have a handler at one of the conventions that we went to. Somebody literally had to be there to keep him like on track. The man is a madman.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, I mean, like I'd planned on like writing out my talk, which like about 6 people were there for, and I didn't get around to it. And then she came around. It was a bitching witch. It was Maeve. She was my assistant, and she's like, all right, you got your talk in like 45 minutes, right? So I just wrote the thing on a bar receipt while sipping down whiskey.
He did,
and I managed to carry off a half hour of talking.
And he did great.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I am too, man. I am too. I can't wait. So real quick, Brainwash says for the body positivity and Luftwaffe aerobics. All right. Adam. Oh shit. A Scrrm-p says, "Hey, you fuckers, don't touch my cock holes. You're gonna get touched." Animancer says, "Nick, why is your hair prettier, more luxurious than mine? What the fuckle my knuckle? Can I please touch it?"
Good genes.
Yeah.
A lot of Scrrm-p.
A lot of Scrrm-p, and I lost the genetic lottery in nearly every other capacity, but I won it with the hair and other parts of my anatomy.
Not
Dude, Pimp, you don't know, my dick's become like legendary in the convention circuit.
Well, big doesn't mean shit. It does, really, it does. I'm lying. Go ahead.
It's like, keep telling yourself that.
So, what do you got going on, Pimpmunk? Anything coming up in the works here next week?
Yeah, a funeral.
Oh, yeah. Hey, all right.
I'm looking forward to y'all can come catch me. No, I'm joking.
Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. I love you, Pimpmunk. You're the fucking best, man.
Tuesday we got those 2 black dudes. Hannibal and Montel Williams. And
okay.
And we got Jeff Holiday pop maybe if he's not doing Scrrm-p.
Yeah.
Not all Scrrm-ped out.
Thursday I got my very good friend, the scientist man, Landon. We're gonna do a science show, and I'm gonna not be smart about it though.
I'm hearing about that though. That sounds cool. What do you guys got on the?
I don't know. He's the scientist, not me.
Oh yeah, he's just gonna learn you some shit.
He's gonna learn me some stuff, put some books in my brain.
Cool, man. Hell yeah.
Gonna beat me over the head with the elegant universe until I understand string theory.
I love string cheese.
It's
in theory.
You're halfway there already, man. There you go.
Montel. I can't believe I said that, Montel.
So, Animancer, what about you and Swegta? We got going on with Underhaven coming up next.
Oh, yeah. Well, tomorrow's going to be an interesting one because we're going to be having Steve McRae on because Steve McRae actually got blocked by Von Helton because we were trying to use him as like a mediator to get Von Helton on our show because he went on the Geek Room. He went on the Geek Room for a quote-unquote interview recently, and he basically slandered a bunch of fucking bullshit on the show. He said that we called him a Nazi.
Yeah.
Also, he thinks that Underhaven is called Underhaven, and he thinks that Underhaven is you, Jeff Holiday.
Yeah.
He thinks that our show is Jeff Holiday.
Yeah. Because
So we're gonna sort that out tomorrow.
All that happened was like there was a freeze frame of Von Helton, and he had his arms stuck up, and it just happened to come up like where my window was. So I was like, "Hey," and
It's
I
just a
kind of
joke.
yeah, it's a joke, and I made it kind of look like Von Helton was doing the fucking Roman salute, and he's like, "These people, these fuckers in the Underhaven, the Jeff Holiday show, they keep calling me a Nazi. They're calling me a Nazi," and he freaked the fuck out. It was great.
I know.
Unterhaben.
No, it was amazing, and I can't wait to talk more about it in depth tomorrow.
Animancer,
my God, that's
I
gonna
have
be
to
wonderful.
insist though that you find some way in the title to put the umlauts in your title there, so it's Unterhaben.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll find a way. I've already got it spelled out phonetically, all in German.
Unterhaben. All right.
Yeah, we all know how famous German YouTube is.
Oh,
hell yeah.
Yeah. Now let's look at its features.
You got Captain Kirsch and
Oh, Captain Kirsch.
Well, you
That's
got
it.
you got the slingshot channel.
I don't
That's
wanna,
my baby mama right there.
I don't want to talk about.
Yeah, no,
Captain
she's
Kirsch.
great. We just
that,
had her on the show recently.
that
on
woman is
Underhaven.
fucking beautiful. Holy
That's
shit.
a bad chick. She's very good people too. Very.
She
good
is. She's a very good person, but like I met her briefly at VidCon, and I was uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable around her.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I got so wasted with her the first night.
Does
Oh my
a
God.
strong woman make you uncomfortable?
No,
Jeff
it's not
Holiday?
because she's strong. It's because she's
He
strong and
wants the
also.
pussy.
And it's just because she's strong and she's also unbearably fucking pretty. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
I really
Dude.
shouldn't have just cooked that whole time.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you who's badass. That's Barbara for you to see. That chick can drink any goddamn body under the table. That is one bad bitch right
Yeah,
there.
Barbara can-
she knows how to drink. Yeah.
Barbara can drink if you get a chance. If she's there, though, if you have a chance to drink with Lacey Green, you take it.
Yeah, she can pack it away.
God damn.
Yeah.
Hovering intensifies. I'll always remember that.
I'm gonna watch every. I might not can drink a lot this time because of medicines, but still,
I'll drink enough for the both of us.
I'll drink a little and then I'll eat puss.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been your YouTube Saints. We'll be over on Twitch on Wednesdays. We'll be here 1 week from today for another show. Go check out Pimpmunk. Go check out Unterhaven with Jeff Holiday.
Unterhaben, yeah. And also,
Animancer's Underhaven.
let's not forget the send off too, because
What's the send-off?
yeah, we gave him. Yeah, it's in there.
What? No.
It's on the sheet.
No.
What?
No.
It's supposed to be.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Look at the sheet.
I can't look at the sheet. I closed it down.
Oh, we'll open it up again.
Oh, fucking cocksucker. Hang
Well, no,
on.
we're congratulating a very good friend of the show and a very good friend of ours personally, Vernaculus, officially now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yep, Vernaculus, after publishing his book, well after mine was already due with Clash Books, good job, has finished his first novel. It's a fictional novel. I've read excerpts. I've got a copy of the manuscript in my inbox right now. I'm looking forward to digging into. Justin is a phenomenal fucking writer, and he's taken his political journalistic sort of insights and put it into a really interesting work of fiction, which should be coming to shelves soon. And to congratulate him, we're going to play you out with a video that, if swear to Christ, Justin, if you copy strike me on this one, I will punch you with
It's 8 minutes long. We can't play an 8-minute long video.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
We're not playing an 8-minute long video as an outro.
Why not?
Stop the ass.
We'll play the first 2 minutes of it. That'll be.
There we go.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play the first 2 minutes, and then you're gonna go watch the rest of it on your own. That's
Yeah,
right.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah.
That's right. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so to congratulate.
Also, you gotta clean this fucking sheet up because I didn't even see that. I was like, what the fuck are you even talking about?
Yeah, it could probably do with the cleaning. Yeah, but
Okay,
to play us out, this is Vernaculus offering his 10 big missteps that amateur writers are known to commit.
All right.
I just wanted to make a quick video discussing the top 10 mistakes that novice writers tend to make, because I see videos around constantly discussing what to do and what not to do, but none of them actually get into some of the things that bother me about amateur writers. So hopefully, this could help some aspiring authors find a handhold of some type. Let's get right into this thing. Number 1. Writing longhand using an entire stick of butter. This is something I see all the time when I get sent manuscripts from writers who are just starting out in the business. No agent or publisher is going to want to read a manuscript that's written in butter. It doesn't matter what type of butter either, and these tips also apply to margarine. Not only is butter supposed to be refrigerated in order to maintain its shape, oftentimes there's just so much butter on the paper that it absorbs into the paper and it gets all soggy. I know when I get a soggy manuscript, boom, instantly into the trash. It's also difficult mechanically because as you work your hand and wrist writing, you warm up the butter and it starts to melt, making it even more difficult to write that final draft. Number 2, asking your pets for writing advice. I remember when I was a young gun in the authoring scene, and when I would run out of ideas and hit that notorious writer's block, I would walk up to my cat and ask him whether he thinks there's too much exposition in the first chapter and whether it captures his attention. He would never answer me, though, and it was almost like he was giving me the cold shoulder, as if he didn't support my dream. But over time, eventually you come to find out that your pets aren't capable of learning the English language, unless, of course, you have a parrot, but then all of their criticisms will be derivative.
All right, good night, everybody. Go watch the rest of this video on Vernaculus's channel, Top 10 Mistakes Novice Writers Make. Go check out our buddies, Animancer and the Pimpmunk, the one and only Pimpmunk. We will see you guys later, Wednesdays and then Friday. Bye-bye, everybody. Fuck off. Good night, good night, good night.
I can't believe that. Oh, I had to promote that fucking hack. Ugh. Now I'm gonna have to go get my $20 back. I mean, no, but it's weird. Like, he sent me his manuscript in the email inbox, and it's all done in crayon. I don't understand.
Wait. So he did the same thing to me. But
it's just pictures of rainbow.
It was that, but his included nudes. Did yours include nudes?
Oh, he doesn't have to send those to me. He's come over, like I said, like on the midweek show that time we ate a bunch of mushrooms. Like, I got a whole bunch of pictures.
Wait.
I revisit them when I'm lonely.
Okay,
he's
so
he's hung like a small horse.
I'm hung like a horsefly.
Yeah, well, I got those pictures too, but that's a
Well, guys, thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, for sure, man.